All right. Now, why did I pick Joe Biden in that debate discussion just then? When, Joe's not up to be president now. Huh? I did that to show a point. Now, I thought about doing Kamala. Huh? And I thought, I've already talked about enough in certain areas. And I'm in a spot where people can twist things easy on you. You know how the news goes, how Donald Trump goes, you can use disinfectant, right? And then people twist things on you because they want to bully you. So it's best not to have these things out there where people can do that too much, right? And twist things out of proportion. So I wanted to do that little debate thing instead of using Kamala. And like they say, to chuck in 2-in-1 kind of thing, it was easier to pick on Joe Biden than Kamala. Now, that's because Joe Biden's got more of a history of being an idiot, failing his job on what he does and getting picked on. And the more you fail, the easier you get picked on. That's how it rolls there too. So the more you're a failure, the more you'll probably see clips and people making money off you because you allow them to do that as they get the real truth. Right? When it's not, those type of things end up being not so cool as you can make fake. And can backfire on them when it is for harming people's reputation and stuff like that. So what you do is you try to do things where they can only try to pick on you being you, right? And you can have a laugh at that, right? As long as there's no lies, that's when it becomes wrong, when people pick on people with lies. But they can do that. But if they're not true, they don't stick. Right? And that's freedom of speech. And if you don't allow that, then you're going to be as bad as other people in freedom of speech and stop things. If I was ever in, I wouldn't stop anyone speaking anything because we can always put them in their place. We need definitely, if you're a president and that, you can hire someone to easily go put them in their place and use the same things that they use to make them feel the same way. See if they really do like the punches. The ones that go, come on, man, and punch you, and they say they like it. But I've been there too with mates. But over time, if you're a bigger puncher than that, they might just go, oh, hang on, no, I don't like it now. Because in the end, it wasn't really a cool way of connecting, right? Unless you really do want to toughen up. It's a very small sector, right? And so I left Kamala alone because she's only really, everyone knows what Kamala is already. She hasn't got too much. She just really didn't do much and laughed a lot, right? And recently she's gotten on the good path. And because of that, I reward in the way I do things. If you start heading on the good path, even though you're an idiot, the idiot stuff's still going to come out. But at least you're heading on a good path and I will stop bullying extra and things are working. Then why put it back? Why bully and make it worse like people do to people when they're trying to do the right thing, even if they had a bad past? This is what people do to jail people that have gotten out of jail and stuff like that. Right? Now, you can have an opinion and stuff like that, but extra bullying, that's it. I like people who are just straight out. Right? You can deal with that. Tricksters and other people, it's hard to tell if they'll ever change, and history shows they don't, right? As they think they're superior and stuff like that. But people who admit things and change and go, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I do that. What are you going to do about it? Right? Or we can either work with it or I'll leave you alone and good luck with your people. There's certain circumstances, or I'll show you what we'll do about it and look at the fun we're about to have. Right? They might say, you don't know me. Well, you don't know me. Should I see your chips you got now? But you don't know what chips I got down there. Yeah, I might have said this, but what's the truth these days? Right? In a world of confusion and tricks out there, right? And bullying. And the leaders are showing and meant to look up to, right? But they're showing us that we need to bully to get a job. They don't tell them what you're good at and connect. You bully. That's not a good way of leading. What do you reckon, Jack? Right? Yeah, imagine what scripts I can easily practice if I wanted to make it good. That's called professional. That's what I'll do at first. Right? Because I'm good at coming up with this stuff. I don't need people to do my own script. I'll go, I'm going to go do this to this person. So I'm going to do these lines. I already do this kind of thing with videos and stuff, as you see, and my own personal. And I can put this in a script and make it look good. Right? I can get someone who knows what cool is to have a look at the end for us and go, what do you reckon? What do you want to edit in that? And we'll even doco that for you. How close I get on things. Because that's what was called independent, or where we need to be. We can't do all things at once. So you're not stealing anyone's job being independent, as people would say. Don't teach them that, then they won't need me. Well, they might need you in something else. There's always something, right? You're just being nasty and greedy and getting upset and worried that someone might take your kid away when they get older, or your boyfriend or something. But that only happens because you fail or they failed in what they do. Oi! Oi! Buffett! Look, they're getting used to me yelling at them. You're standing right on it. I got him there. Thank you. Do you realise what standing was? Oh, shit, it's me. He's going. He jumped on. But anyway, see, anyone gets used to things too. See, if you're not around things, which is why some things are necessary. If you know it's out in the wild, like someone's going to yell at you, you need to make sure your kids can know things, know swear words. You know swear words are bad, but they've got to at least learn that if someone swears at them, they're not going to break down and cry and stuff like that. Otherwise, you're failing as a parent to not teach them to deal with what's out there. Right? Now, a lot of people will have problems and cry because of previous problems they've already had, and that can also make those problems even worse. Right? And we don't want that. And when I see people going through problems like that, I like to pull up and end things really quickly. I would never try to start up any such problems if I have friends or a problem like that myself, where I might break down. Right? Hey! You don't want them there? You taking them out? Those ones have a thing this week. I accidentally whippersnipped a couple of them, as you can see. First I got one, the first time I whippersnipped, or two. And then the middle ones here copped it, because as I was whippersnipping, it sort of grabbed and flickered. You know, they sort of grab, do that, moved on me, and it did it right in the middle of those areas. Like, oh, there you go. But I'm going to put a pattern later, and they're not so important that they grow. Would have been good, more stock for the babbers. They're damaging their own stock, right? And so we just go with the flow. But I've spread out way more. There's some over there that they ain't touched, some behind there from that round seashell. And there's a whole bunch just as big as the seashell that comes already here that's about to grow, which I'll go and find around the side there, which will all be the same thing. And we've got a little bit more in the middle there at the back there. It's the last one, I'm trim back there, which I've got to do soon. It's all starting to grow back. And I'm about to pull the tops off these in the next day or two by looks. They're just starting to hit the tops there, too far off on the other side, and pluck out some of them. Some flowers I'm going to place at the front here and put some more around certain areas, because I want to see if I can get a bucket up, at least the same amount, if not more this year, of seeds. So we'll see how we go. Now, yeah, and if I was on a farm, I'd already sorted it out. We had more land. See, if I had more land, in the way I'm doing things, I would already be bigger, spread out more, because more land gives you that more opportunity to do things. Right? And I would have chucked out seeds all up back there, would have been sunflowers all there, would have had more than I needed. But because sometimes we're limited and we get put in a little area, it makes you get limited to what you can do too when it's like that. So why have such little blocks when you can have bigger ones in some areas, which I'd love to talk about and discuss if I ever had to build a town block area and how I would set it up. I wouldn't go more traditional, because the traditional, I just see it's more just a money making in a small area, and I rather just spread it out and still make money, but spread it out and worry about the going smaller when it needs to be, instead of just trying to make a small area full of shit, as they do with lots of buildings. Anyway, have a good one, everybody, and see you later. Let me know in comments what you think about how I approached that funny debate clip that I put up of what we can do when we want to be funny and bully at the same time and get points across. See you later.